Welcome to another edition of Rants, where I come on and go off about, well, whatever's honking me off today. So the incident involving Duke volleyball player Rachel Richardson, where she claimed a fan shouted racial slurs at her during the team's match with BYU, well, that turned out to be a complete lie. That was proven by an investigation conducted by the BYU police. But now we have another incident of prejudiced chants at a college sporting event, and this time, unlike what happened with the Rachel Richardson incident, we have proof that this took place, and I'll tell you about it after this word from our sponsor, H2O Health and Water Solutions. Does your toilet have rings that always need cleaning? Do you have hard water spots on your shower doors? Calcium buildup on your faucets? Just imagine what all of that is doing to the inside of your washing machine, dishwasher, refrigerator, your hot water heater. What about the pipes inside of your body? Buy a filter or be a filter. You can have clean, mineral-rich water without the buildup of unwanted toxins in your body and throughout your whole home. Call Vicki Johnston today at H2O Health and Water Solutions at 928-899-7504 or stop in and see her at the Prescott Gateway Mall. So, over the weekend, the BYU football team was at Oregon, and it was pretty much a one-sided game. I mean, the Ducks beat the Cougars 41-20, but the score wasn't the big story here because at least two times during the course of this game, several Oregon students yelled a prejudicial chant at BYU, and we do have video of this, which we're not going to play on this podcast because, well, it has some foul language in it. In fact, it has the foulest of all foul language in it. The Oregon students were caught on video chanting, "Bleep the Mormons," as in a word that rhymes with, well, what Oregon's mascot is, a duck. You get the picture. So why did they do that? Maybe it was to get back at BYU for the whole Rachel Richardson incident. Even though it's been proven to be a lie, maybe not, or maybe they just don't like Mormons in general. Now, me, myself, I happen to know a lot of Mormons because we're broadcasting from here in Prescott, Arizona. This area does have a pretty sizable Mormon population. And you know what? The ones I know, the Mormons I know, they're all great people. We get along great. A lot of them I count as friends. But who knows why these clowns decided to chant "Bleep the Mormons." Now, Utah's governor, Spencer Cox, well, he came out not too long after that video went public. He tweeted, quote, "Religious bigotry is alive and celebrated in Oregon," end quote. And I imagine Cox is pretty sensitive to all of this. And, not just being Utah's governor, but just considering how BYU just less than a month ago actually, got raked over the coals for that bogus Rachel Richardson story. Now, to their credit, University of Oregon officials released a statement apologizing for the chant, calling it disgraceful and saying, quote, "These types of actions go against everything the university stands for, and it goes against the spirit of competition. We can and will do better as a campus community that has no place for hate, bias, or bigotry," end quote. Also, Oregon's Governor Kate Brown, she also came out. She condemned the "Bleep the Mormons" chant at this game, and she tweeted, quote, "In Oregon, we strive to be a welcoming, inclusive state to all, regardless of race, religion, gender, or background. Our state and nation have an ugly history of discrimination and bigotry. The chant at yesterday's Oregon BYU game was unacceptable," end quote. Oh, and here's some more fallout from that whole incident. Now, at that game on Saturday, Oregon had a quarterback recruit on campus at that game, and this recruit, oh, by the way, happened to be Mormon, when he heard the bleep the Mormons chant coming from that one section of the student section, he got up and he left the game at halftime. Now, he said later on that he hasn't crossed Oregon off his list of potential schools to play at, but he says it will be taken into consideration when the time comes to sign on the dotted line at whichever school he plans to play at. Now, here's the thing. While University of Oregon came out and they condemned the fans who did that chant and apologized for it, you really don't hear too much of an outcry over this from the talking heads on ESPN or CNN or MSNBC. You know, those mainstream outlets who just day after day backed that Rachel Richardson story like it was the absolute truth, even as that whole Bravo Sierra story was getting shredded to pieces. And now they hardly say anything about this incident of the 10 or 20 fans chanting bleep the Mormons. At least not that I could find during some searches online before I came on with this podcast. So, if you're going to pound your fist and yell about how prejudice is wrong and bigotry is unacceptable, then you have to do it when it happens to anyone, be it black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Muslim, Christian, Jewish, Mormon. If you're going to be selective about when you call out bigotry, then in my book, that makes you a hypocritical D-bag, and you show that you truly don't give a rat's behind about tolerance and inclusiveness. Well, that's all for today's Rust Rants. Be sure to like, share, follow, and subscribe across all of KYCA's social media. That's Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Instagram. Check us out on our website, kyca.info. Be sure to smash that like button and leave a comment. We'd love to hear what you have to say about this video. Till next time, I'm John Rust. I'll see you soon.